Now, there are jobs in Singapore that people just don't want to do. So industries, particularly the hotel industry, are using robots. These robots, they're not exactly Star Wars, but they are helpful, as Melanie takes a look.
Meet Roby. He delivers and collects linen to help with back-of-house operations at the 300-room Park Avenue, Rochester. It's part of the hotel's bid to eliminate jobs few people want to do. And since starting in July, Roby has become a huge hit with the staff.
They don't have to push the heavy trolley every day in the morning after the morning roll call, because all the heavy trolley with the clean linen and the room supplies and amenities has been delivered to their floor in the previous night. So with all this change of the work process, we made the duty become more pleasant and more fun.
By early next year, Cody will be joining the team. Cody will be more customer-facing, delivering guests their room service. The two robots do the same amount of work as 3.5 full-time employees. The Park Hotel Rochester is just one of the 400 hotels in Singapore taking a step towards using robots in their operations. It's part of a bigger plan by the government to transform the industry here. They're trying to become more efficient, to boost profits and meet customer expectations too. Keeping up with the city's booming tourism sector has become increasingly challenging. The number of visitors coming to Singapore rose 14% to over 4 million in the first quarter of 2016. And there's no cheap solution to finding manpower to meet demand, especially for back-of-house chores. Roby the robot costs around 100,000 Singapore dollars and has a lifespan of about 8 years. But the government is providing support. Hotels can reclaim as much as 70% of the cost of high-tech machinery like this.
From 2015 to 2020, the manpower growth in Singapore is going to slow down between 1 to 2%. Hotel industry is a very labor-intensive industry, but the Singaporeans, actually many of them want to do executive jobs. So there is really a mismatch of aspirations between what the industry can provide and what the Singaporeans are looking for.
Roby is certainly doing the heavy lifting for the housekeeping staff here, but in the hospitality business, robots can't do everything. And the challenge Singapore's hotels will have to tackle in the years ahead is to find the right balance between robotics and humans. Melanie, TRT World, Singapore.
Well, Erman Tan is the president of the Singapore Human Resources Institute, and he thinks the country's changing demographic is behind this robotic revolution.
We indeed need to understand the changes that Singapore is currently facing with. To start with, our population demographics changing. By 2030, we will have more than 25% of the population with the age of 60 years old and above. Other than that, our workforce are better educated now. They will have at least tertiary education background, with those coming up in the job market 10 years later. We are also concerned with the fact that the younger generations are having a different career aspiration, implying that they may shy away to other service-oriented job. They rather prefer to have a more high-value-added job. So when we look at the use of robotic technology in the industry, like services industry here, it's still in the infancy stage. People are looking forward to see how this robotic technology can be fully deployed in the service industry. We feel that robotics technology may complement some of our workforce. But of course, we are concerned when people are working together with a robot. The concern down here is probably we have to change the Employment Act and labor law so that the clarity of the responsibility of the ownership of the robotic technologies, as well as implication and impact into the workforce, need to be mitigated in such a way that it should be a progressive model